Hi, friends! Even before officially stepping into the Oval Office, Donald Trump has already managed to shake up the world, almost literally, as they say. Every word he says is making waves globally. Why? Because during his first term, Trump delivered on 78% of his promises. Compare that to the average promise-keeping rate of U.S. presidents over the past century, about 40%, and you'll see why people are paying attention. Trump, being a total outsider in the political system, doesn't just talk the talk. He walks the walk. That's why the world, which got a bit too comfortable during the weak Biden administration, is now listening to Trump very closely. His recent comments about Greenland, Canada, and the Panama Canal have left a lot of people uneasy. So what's the deal here? Let me, as a subjective historian, break it down as simply as I can. First, let's talk about the Panama Canal. Just a quick reminder. This engineering masterpiece was made possible thanks to U.S. persistence during what we could call its early empire days. Make no mistake, the U.S. is an empire, albeit the youngest and strongest one. However, its imperial tendencies tend to depend on who's sitting in the White House. So, what's the story with the canal? After building it, the U.S. handed it over to Panama for $1. Yep, just $1. Do you think the Panamanians are grateful? Not exactly. Recently, they demanded $3 billion from the U.S. for canal repairs, even though they've been running it into the ground. On top of that, American ships somehow end up paying more than others to use it. And now the Chinese, always quick to seize an opportunity, are moving in to gain control of the canal. That's not just a threat to U.S. security, it's a threat to global security. Biden stayed quiet on the issue, likely to avoid stirring the pot. But Trump? Well, Trump isn't one to stay silent. Let's see what happens next. Now, on to Canada. Trump's suggestion that Canada should become the 51st U.S. state might sound like a joke, but it's no laughing matter. Remember, the U.S. is an empire, and Trump's leadership could drive its expansion in surprising ways. For years, Canada has relied heavily on its southern neighbor, almost like a remora fish clinging to a shark. Life in Canada isn't as rosy as some might think. The standard of living there is significantly lower than in the U.S., and there's way more red tape. But what's really bugging Trump is how Canada takes advantage of its duty-free status, reselling Chinese and other goods to the U.S. at a hefty profit. Plus, there's the security angle. Arctic Canada is a crucial region for U.S. defense, especially for intercepting intercontinental missiles. And finally, Greenland. Major powers have had their eyes on this territory since the 19th century, but competing interests among the big players left tiny, not-so-wealthy Denmark in legal control of a massive 2 million square kilometer chunk of land. Basically, it was a nobody-wins kind of situation. Denmark can't manage or develop Greenland's vast resources. The 57,000 locals run their own affairs but survive on EU subsidies. Here's the thing. If the U.S. offered every Greenlander $1 million, I bet they'd seriously consider becoming part of the U.S. And that's the story, friends. See you next time.